What is up, Print Squad? I am back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about 12 mistakes that new t-shirt printers make. And this list that I have compiled is not in any certain order, although I do feel that some of the things on the list are more important than others. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and start. Number one, I have not taken deposits or payments up front. Okay, when you are in the apparel printing business, you must take a deposit up front because we're printing customized items that is only going to be valuable to the person that ordered it. So if you don't take a deposit and the person decide they don't come get it, or they have had a group order and half of the group backs out, then you got to eat that money that you spent on those shirts, and you'll probably never get the rest of your money. The best thing to do is take a deposit. My deposit that I require is half of the total order. So if you got an order for $600, then the deposit will be $300, and the deposit is also non-refundable. And that's something that I didn't do when I originally started my business, but I had to learn after I got burned a couple of times. So yeah, you must take a deposit. Number two is not having enough experience. Okay, before you ever start your business and start printing for people that you do not know, you need to get your practice in. Printing for your kids, if you have kids, printing for yourself, printing for your family and friends. And when you're printing like this, it's mostly practice. You may not be making much money from it, but you have to get that experience and confidence so that you know that you can do the job when you have real customers coming in, because you're going to actually be charging these real customers money and you don't want to practice on them. Number three is not charging enough for jobs. Okay, when it comes to pricing, it's kind of a complicated issue because I live in Louisiana. Y'all live in different states, a lot of y'all, and the pricing is not the same everywhere you go. So if I tell you what I charge and you try charging that, you may be undercharging, or you could be overcharging, and your customers will be going somewhere else. So you have to be sure that you are charging the proper amount that your time is worth, that your prices can compete with other places in your area. So yeah, not charging enough. And you don't want to be just working and printing shirts and you're not making any money. If that happens, you're probably not going to be in business for long, and you're probably not going to enjoy what you're doing. Number four is not being prepared for the unexpected. Okay, when you are printing shirts, you never know some of the things that can happen. When I make an order, if I have an order of 25 shirts, I probably order at least 30 shirts, sometimes more, just in case it's an issue with them. Sometimes the company may ship shirts that have holes in them or some way not usable. Sometimes companies mess up and don't ship enough shirts, or may ship the wrong size, or different things like that. So you want to make sure that you are prepared. So if you have an order for a certain amount of shirts, you want to make sure that you have over the amount of shirts and over the materials that you're going to be using to print the shirts, just in case. And also another thing that may be unexpected, I have had several times where I have completed orders and others have wanted shirts. And if I didn't have the right color shirt, sometimes they would take it, but I would rather have what I need and be able to provide those extra shirts for the customer. So that's part of being prepared, and that is something that goes along with experience. Once you print a few orders and find out how everything works, then you will be better able to prepare for unexpected things. Number five is not having rules or contracts. When you have a person that comes into your shop, you need to have a contract for them to sign that kind of tells them what to expect from you, and that way you know what to expect from them, and that way you don't have any issues. So if you come in there and you don't have any rules, you don't have any contracts or anything in place, when issues come up, then you have to deal with them on the fly. So you need to have rules or contracts for how everything operates, and be sure to get your customer to sign, especially when you're doing designs and stuff like that and they approve of them. Make sure that you get that approval in writing, whether it's an email, a text, or actually in person. Number six is quitting the business prematurely. What I mean about this is When you start out a business, like a t-shirt printing business, you could be starting out any type of business, a coffee shop. You know, in the beginning, you may not become a billionaire right away. It takes time to build a business. Sometimes it takes years to build a business, so you have to be prepared for that. And a lot of times you start out with a job, and eventually you will be able to quit the job, but you don't want to quit your job too soon. You know, you will know when you need to quit your job, because your business will become more time consuming and will need you to be there more. So you will know exactly when to quit your job, because you will be getting so many orders, or customers will be calling you while you're at your other job. You know, you will know when to quit. That shouldn't be hard to figure out. Number 7 is thinking you know everything and not continuing to learn. Okay, in the t-shirt industry, it's always something new coming out, some new technique, some new materials like vinyls and inks and stuff like that. So you always want to stay updated on that. So anytime you can attend any trade shows and watching videos, you know, any type of learning that you can do towards the business would be beneficial to you. So never stop learning, never just think you know everything. You know, it's always something new coming out. Number 8 is taking orders that you can't fulfill or trying to do too much. Well, when I first started screen printing, I had a one color press. I had a customer that came in and ordered some shirts. They was actually some 4-wheeler shirts that they ordered. And when they ordered the shirts, it was a simple design. It was a front and back pocket logo on the front. And then they decided they wanted 2-color print on the back. Then they wanted sleeve prints. I did not have a way to do all this stuff that they was asking, because all I had was a 1-color press. And because they originally wanted just a simple design, and you know, I gave them the price for that, I did not want to turn them down. So I went ahead and said, yeah, I could do it. And things didn't turn out well. And the customer came, and she did go ahead and pick everything up and pay for it, but it was not a good situation. So that's another story, because I have to go on to the next one, which is number 9, producing mediocre work or mediocre products. That's basically what I did when, you know, when that story that I'm telling you about for number 8, you know, my stuff wasn't lined up correctly. You know, it was just a bad situation with that whole thing. And producing mediocre work is things such as not having your designs straight on your shirt, stuff like that, you know, not having it in the correct location. If you have 2 shirts that are the same size, the print should be identical. But if it's not identical, you know, you want to produce good products. You want your everything to be uniform and look the same. So that is producing mediocre work. If you do not do things in an acceptable way to your customers, they will spread the word, and it won't be good for your business. Number 10 is not starting your business. Now, when I'm talking about not starting your business, I mean people who just sit around and they're just like, they want to do it, but they can't afford the equipment. You know, if it's something that you want to do, you may not be able to get the equipment that you want, but, you know, find something to get. You can get, I have a video that tells you how to start a t-shirt business for $500 or less, and it depends on what equipment you purchase as for how much you spend. I'll link that up above. But not starting your business, if you don't start, you can't make any money. So I would recommend, you know, if you need to save up, or if you need to get something on credit. I don't really like recommending getting something on credit, because when I started my business, I just bought everything little by little. I first bought the heat press, next I bought the vinyl cutter, and went from there. Number 11 is starting too soon or trying to go big too soon. Okay, when you first start out, you don't want to get yourself in a whole lot of debt by getting all this equipment on credit and stuff like that. You may get into the business and decide that you don't even like t-shirt printing, you don't want to do it. I would recommend starting out small. Like, you may want to start out with just vinyl equipment first. That's the way that I recommend. You can start out screen printing, but usually when you first start out, you're not getting big orders. And screen printing, most people are not going to make a screen for one shirt. So I would recommend starting out with even looking on Craigslist and trying to find good deals on stuff. But you may not need to start out with a 4-station 6-color press. You may want to work your way up to that. And you may not want to purchase the most expensive everything and get yourself in debt, you know. So that's what I mean when I'm saying starting out too big before you're actually ready for it. And number 12 is not registering your business. Okay, if you have started your business and you've been at it for a while, you need to go ahead and register your business. Now, when you first start out, I'm not going to say, okay, right away when you decide I want to print t-shirts, you know, you may not have to register right away. But once you decide that you're going to do this and you start getting customers and stuff like that, I would recommend that you register your business to keep yourself out of trouble and to also get the benefits of things such as resale license or wholesale license. You don't want to be paying full price for shirts when you could be paying a wholesale price. So those are the 12 things that I listed for mistakes that new t-shirt printers make. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell notification button so that you won't miss any of my future videos. And also be sure to check down below for links for products and equipment that I use to print t-shirts. And I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video. Print Squad out.